Interstate 93 is a lifeline for commuters, a ribbon of asphalt connecting towns across New Hampshire and Massachusetts. Yet a stretch north of Franconia North carries a reputation few speak of openly. Drivers report seeing cars without drivers, headlights appear on empty lanes. Sometimes shadows of people standing in the middle of the highway vanish when approached, leaving no footprints, no tire marks, nothing. In the 1980s, a trucker named Lewis Brand wrote in his log, "At mile marker 67, I saw a young man waving for help. I slowed. When I reached the spot, the lane was empty. The fog was so thick it seemed alive." Over the decades, countless travelers have described the same phenomena. Ghostly travelers appear on foggy nights, headlights glinting against wet asphalt, or under dim moonlight reflecting on slick road paint. The strange part is the detail consistency. Clothing decades old, but fashionable enough to seem normal. No driver in cars that appear fully functional. Mirrors reflect only the empty road behind. Authorities acknowledge a pattern but dismiss it as fog, fatigue, or optical illusion. Locals don't drive alone at night there. Some even report hearing muffled conversations or distant music, voices and tunes from cars that aren't real. Interstate 93 doesn't just connect places. Sometimes it connects the living with travelers who never left. The fog on Interstate 93 isn't just weather, it's selective. It clings to certain miles. Stretches where accidents happened decades ago. Drivers describe it differently. Some say it smells faintly of gasoline. Some say it carries the sharp tang of wet pine. All agree it feels deliberate. On one foggy night in 1997, a solo driver, Karen Mills, slowed as headlights appeared in the distance. A sedan, no one at the wheel, drifted along the lane. She honked. Nothing. The car mirrored her movements, maintaining exact distance, reflecting light back from its polished chrome. When she finally passed it, the lane was empty. No skid marks, no tire impressions, just the quiet hum of her engine in the lingering fog. Other travelers report similar phenomena. Brake lights flashing on vehicles that vanish seconds later. Rear-view mirrors showing passengers that disappear when glanced at directly. Headlights illuminating figures in the middle of the lane, only for them to vanish when approached. In one case, a highway maintenance worker noted chalk marks on the road, numbering the invisible travelers he swore he could sense walking alongside the lanes. Each morning, the marks were gone. No footprints, no evidence, only the memory of motion. Locals whispered that the highway doesn't want to harm anyone. It wants acknowledgement. Every traveler who glimpses the ghosts is part of a ledger that road maintains. The silent senses of those who noticed, a list of witnesses to the forgotten. Interstate 93 doesn't demand attention, it tests it. It waits until someone slows, blinks, looks behind and notices someone is there. And then it disappears again, leaving the driver alone with a story no one else can confirm. Interstate 93 doesn't just display ghost travelers, it keeps them on record. Those who survive a sighting often speak of being followed by subtle signs. A pair of headlights in the rearview mirror that mirrors your every turn. A fleeting figure reflected in your windshield at the next rest stop. The sound of a horn when no other vehicle is around. In 2014, a family driving north reported seeing dozens of figures walking along the highway median in fog, so dense they could barely see the lines. Each figure wore clothing from decades past, their faces featureless, yet perfectly human. When they slowed to avoid them, the figures vanished. Cameras caught nothing, yet the family's dash cam recorded faint outlines of moving shadows, impossible to clarify, impossible to ignore. Locals say these travelers aren't spirits in the traditional sense. They aren't souls trapped by death. They are records, impressions left by those who once traveled the road and never truly left it. Some drivers who saw these figures claim the experience changes them. After witnessing the ghost travelers, they drive differently, slower, more cautious, aware that the road is alive with memory, and memory, it seems, has a weight heavier than steel. Interstate 93 remembers each curve, each foggy night, each lost passenger. It preserves them, replaying their existence in glimpses and reflections for anyone who dares to notice. So if you ever drive north through Franconia North Notch after sunset and the fog rolls thick, watch closely. Slow down if you must. Look in the lanes. Someone might be walking there or watching from the shadows, waiting for your recognition. And when you blink, they'll be gone, but the highway will remember forever.